Hey guys, so today I want to go over what's in my tech bag. So this is a series of videos I do every year, and I tell you guys what's the main phone I've been using, my secondary phone, my main laptop, my gaming computer or gaming laptop, my headphones, my main headphones that I use, and my main earbuds. So those are the different categories to go over. Some tech reviewers do this kind of video because we don't just like review tech. You guys might be interested in seeing what we actually use day to day, like instead of just what we review, right? Because most of the stuff I review, honestly, I don't really use day to day. So I think if you guys are curious about what I use day to day, then stay tuned. If you're not, then you can always just watch another video. But if you're curious, then stay tuned. So yeah, I'm going to go over all the main categories here. So we're going to start off with the main phone I've been using this year, 2024. So my main phone is the Asus Zenfone 10. This one might be surprising to some people because a lot of people don't know that Asus makes pretty good phones. Most people know Asus as a manufacturer of computers, of gaming computers especially. But yeah, Asus makes, of course, they make great gaming computers, great laptops, like the ZenBook and stuff. But for me, yeah, the Asus is kind of a surprise as well because I did not know that Asus makes really good phones until I got the Zenfone 10, and my friend actually recommended it to me after my previous phone kind of broke. So I had a Samsung Galaxy Fold 4. That was my previous phone, and the hinge on the Fold 4 kind of died. And that's basically the main point of that phone. If you cannot open it up, then there's no point for me to really keep it. The main point of that phone is basically to be a foldable, right? And I did not want to go back to another foldable because I've had that experience. I don't want to have another issue where the hinge died and then I can't open it up anymore. So, and plus it was kind of bulky to hold in my hand. So I wanted something that was also light and compact and also small. I don't want a phone that's too big or bulky or too wide. So it's difficult for me to hold it in my hands. So I wanted a phone that was thinner and easy for me to use one-handed. So yeah, there's not many options out there on the market because iPhone doesn't make the Mini anymore. Apple doesn't make the iPhone Mini anymore. So there's really not that many good phones on the market that are kind of smaller. And the Zenfone 10 was one of my main options. And I think it came out maybe like a year ago. It was released like a year ago. And I've been using it for almost a year now, like maybe 9 months. So it is a pretty good phone. I've been surprised with the Zenfone 10, especially for the camera. The camera is quite good on it. It actually beats out the camera on my Galaxy Fold 4, surprisingly. So I bet not many people know that Asus makes good phone cameras as well. I mean, it actually beats out my Samsung camera from my previous phone, so it's actually pretty good. Very natural looking images and everything, not overly saturated. So yeah, my main phone is the Zenfone 10. It's been a surprisingly good phone, and also has a headphone jack, by the way, as well, which is kind of a rarity on phones now. It's got near flagship level specs and a pretty solid camera. So yeah, it's very like easy for me to hold too. So that's my main phone. My secondary phone is my Sony Xperia 5 IV, which is a phone originally released in 2022. So this phone I've had for maybe a year-ish. Yeah, maybe like a little bit over a year. But the 5 IV is a really nice phone. The only problem with it is that the camera is not very good because for some reason Sony just cannot make good phone cameras, which is weird because they make good standalone cameras like the Alpha series, but yeah, they don't make good phone cameras. I guess because their software isn't up to date, and really a lot of the thing about phone cameras is the software processing rather than the hardware. Sony makes great camera hardware, but they just cannot make good camera software, I guess. So that's really the only issue with the Sony phone. Otherwise, it's been great. It's been very durable. I've never had any issues with it. The battery lasts, you know, like close to 2 days actually when I first got it, and still lasts more than a day now. Has a headphone jack, has a micro SD, both of which are pretty rare among phones now. And has a dedicated camera shutter button, even though I don't really use the camera. It's a cool feature. Yeah, all in all, the Sony Xperia 5 IV, plus it's really compact too. I can also hold it in my hand, one-handed, and it's easy for my thumb to kind of reach over it. So I always like that, to have that in the phone, just to have something very compact, and yeah, I'm able to use it one-handed. That's really nice. So yeah, another great small phone. The only issue is the camera, and that's one of the reasons I got the Zenfone 10 is because the Zenfone 10 has a better camera than the 5 IV does. But yeah, that's been my secondary phone. Very durable too. My main laptop is I've been using for a year now, over a year. I think a little bit. I think over a year now actually. The HP Dragonfly Elite G3. So this is the third generation of the HP Dragonfly. I've actually owned the first generation HP Dragonfly, and that was my main computer for like almost 3 years, I think. So when I upgraded my laptop, it's almost natural that I also went for the HP Dragonfly, just the newest generation at the time. So the thing about the G3 is that it doesn't have the 180-degree folding hinge anymore, so you can't fold it over like you can like a Lenovo Yoga. So you can't do that anymore. The first generation could. You can. It's convertible. The second generation is not a convertible. However, I think that's fine because I didn't really use the convertible feature much anyways. I think that's probably why HP took it out, because not many people used it as a convertible, I guess. It's nice to have to watch movies and stuff or presentations, but yeah, I didn't really use the convertible feature. So the G3 doesn't have that. But what it does have is pretty good durability. Actually, it's more reliable than the first generation, because the first generation had overheating issues. That's ultimately why I had to upgrade from there, because the first generation had too many overheating issues with the laptop, and you'll just get really hot and you just turn off eventually if you use it for too long, especially when it was on the battery charger. So that was an issue with the first generation. The third generation seems to be better at this. I've never had any issues with the third generation so far. Yeah, overall it's a great laptop. It's super light. That's one of the reasons I like the Dragonfly Elite. So it's a business class laptop, meaning it's been tested to military standards, so it's very durable, and it's also very light. It's 2.5 pounds. So very light laptop. And really, if I want to have like a laptop, right, like a portable laptop, not a gaming laptop, then the aspect of being light is really important. So, and plus another thing about the G3 is that the aspect ratio, they changed it to a 3:2 aspect ratio, which is really nice. That's a great aspect ratio. It'll give you more vertical space for reading. So yeah, for many reasons, that's why I have the HP Dragonfly Elite G3 as my main laptop now. Yeah, so it's just a really nice laptop that's durable and very light, and now so far it's been reliable. And has a touchscreen, so that's also nice. I don't always have to use my little touchpad, right, all the time for everything. So yeah, and it has a decent selection of ports too. I wouldn't say it's great at ports. It doesn't have like yeah, it doesn't have like as much as a gaming computer or something like that, but it has an okay selection of ports, pretty much the same as the first generation. Okay, so my gaming computer is pretty much the same as always for the last few years. It's my custom-built Lanli desktop PC. So I built this PC back in 2021, and yeah, it's been my main gaming computer ever since. Yeah, so I actually upgraded it recently though. So what happened is I updated almost all the parts on it except for the case, and 2 of the SSDs did not get upgraded. But everything else pretty much got an upgrade. The PSU got upgraded from so previously it was a 600 watt. I upgraded it to an 850 watt PSU, still using Corsair, small form factor. And the graphics card got upgraded from a 2070, I had the 2070 before, NVIDIA GPU, and I upgraded it to 4060 Ti. So right now it's using a 4060 Ti. By Asus, and the motherboard I upgraded the motherboard too, because I actually changed the CPU. Not just the CPU, but I changed from an AMD back to Intel. Yeah, so I had an AMD Ryzen 7 5800X before, and I changed it to Intel Core i7 12700K. So because I changed the CPU to an Intel CPU, I also had to change the motherboard too. So I had to get a new motherboard, and also Asus. And yeah, I mean the CPU is pretty good. I mean yeah, I guess I just wanted to go back to Intel because I heard that Intel is pretty competitive again, right? For a while, like AMD was basically eating their lunch, and now it's pretty competitive again between Intel and AMD. So I went back to Intel. Yeah, no issues there. SSD had to be upgraded because my main SSD was pretty slow. It was an Intel, it was an old Intel 660p SSD. I think it's pretty slow. I got it back in 2019, so I think it was overdue for an upgrade, and I just upgraded it to the newest. What is it? It's a Crucial. Yeah, I updated to a newer, more performant Crucial SSD, 1 TB, and yeah, it's the latest NVMe 4 or something. So yeah, I upgraded the SSD, the PSU, the CPU, the motherboard, GPU, pretty much almost everything except for the case, and the other two SSDs didn't need an upgrade because they were using Samsung 970 Pros, I think. So those were fine. It's just the Intel 660p on my main OS drive that needed an upgrade. So yeah, that's still my main gaming computer. I also have the Alienware M15R5 Ryzen, which is still my main gaming laptop. So that one's fine. I love the mechanical keyboard on it. It uses a custom Cherry MX switches that only Alienware uses. I think Alienware did a collab with Cherry MX to make these slim, low-profile mechanical switches for their gaming laptops, and man, it's great. I love it. So that's one of the reasons I still love. I still keep it. It's a good gaming laptop. It's still it has a RTX 3060, right? Yeah. RTX 3060 mobile, but still pretty performant, and don't see any reason to upgrade it because it's I love Alienware design, first of all. I've always loved Alienware laptops. I've had Alienware since 2016, different Alienware gaming computers. So yeah, I think it's still pretty good. Don't need to upgrade that. 3060 is still pretty performant today, and I love the mechanical keyboard on it. So yeah, my main headphones. Now this is interesting because I went through so many different headphones in the past year. If you guys haven't watched my videos, so there's like, I went through wireless headphones, wired headphones, and everything. So wireless, previously I owned, I had the Sony 1000 XM3s for a really long time, right? So that headphone I had to be changed because I had that for such a long time. So I did a kind of comparison between different wireless headphones in 2022, and I made a video about that, and the winner was the Bowers & Wilkins PX7S2, which I really liked. So the Bowers & Wilkins PX7S2 was my main headphone for about like another year and a half. But over the past year, after I tried even more wireless headphones, more expensive ones, I think I still settle for Bowers & Wilkins, but this one with the PX8, McLaren actually. So yeah, that's my main headphones, is the Bowers & Wilkins PX8 McLaren for wireless, because it's an upgrade over the PX7S2 generally. Over the sound quality, it's more balanced sounding, it's got more detail, noise cancellation is just as good, slightly better soundstage. So all in all, it's a nice upgrade over the PX7S2. It's definitely more expensive, but for me, yeah, I think the PX8s are my main wireless headphones now. I've done a lot of comparisons with other headphones, and I still prefer the PX8s. Yeah, for wired, it's interesting going through so many open back, closed back headphones. I think for me, if I'm at home and if I want to do some like solid listening, where like if I'm alone at home, I don't care about bothering people, then I use open back headphones, and then that's got to be the HiFiMan HG1000 Stealth. The HG1000 Stealth is amazing. I mean, the amount of detail, the resolution, the soundstage, plus it's better tuned than the HG1000 V2. So yeah, right now I think that's my main open back headphones. Is the HiFiMan HG1000 Stealth. It's incredible. It's just definitely my best sounding headphones. And then for closed back, if I don't want to disturb people, then I have the Denon D9200, and the D9200 is also like pretty balanced sounding pair of headphones, I would say, with a little bit of fun. So just like the HG1000 Stealth, I don't want my headphones to sound too flat, because it sounds a little bit too sterile, I guess, analytical, sterile, not very fun, and kind of boring. So I don't want it to be too flat. So that's why I got the HG1000 Stealth, which is a more fun version of the HG1000, like an upgrade from the V2 essentially. And the Denon D9200 also, because this is it's reasonably balanced but also still fun sounding. And Denon's bass has always been pretty good. I will always love the detailed bass of Denon's. So all their like headphones, the D7200 especially has amazing bass. But yeah, the 9200 is has better detail, better dynamics, better resolution, clarity, etc. compared to the D7200, because the D9200 is the flagship Denon headphones. But yeah, I think that's going to be my main close back is the Denon D9200. So that's pretty much it. Bowers & Wilkins PX8, HiFiMan HG1000 Stealth, and the Denon D9200 are my main headphones, depending on the use case. Main earbuds, I have two, right, because I have one wireless, one wired. So my wireless is going to be actually, surprisingly, it's the Bang & Olufsen Beoplay EX. So like the Beoplay EX is, I didn't actually expect the Bang & Olufsen's to be so good, but when I did a comparison, I compared it to the Master & Dynamic MW08s that I had in the Audio-Technica TWX9s, and the Bang & Olufsen's pretty good. I mean, in terms of the detail and clarity, it beats out the Audio-Technicas, and the Audio-Technicas are a little bit warm sounding, I think, but it beats out the Audio-Technicas, I think, overall in terms of sound quality. And also, the noise cancellation is better than the Master & Dynamics as well, and I think it's a little bit better soundstage as well. So overall, I think the Bang & Olufsen Beoplay EX is my main earbuds now. Overall, in terms of sound quality and noise cancellation and everything put together. So noise cancellation is surprisingly very good on these. Better than my Master & Dynamics, and better soundstage, and the detail of the sound is pretty much, maybe on par, a little bit better than the Master & Dynamics, but it's basically just an improvement over the Master & Dynamic MW08s. So yeah, end up keeping the Beoplay EXs. My main wired IEMs is still the TA Audio Monarch Mark IIs, because the TA Audios are just, I never felt any reason to change these IEMs, because they're just perfect. Like, I don't have any issue. There's nothing missing from these. They're very balanced, very detailed sounding. I've tried higher end IEMs, like stuff by Empire Years Odin. I remember I tried that, and tried the HiFiMan Spinars. I went to Japan and I tried a whole bunch of like really high end soft ears and craft ear stuff. Some of the higher end Astell & Kearns as well. Nope. I still think the TA Audios are the best. So yeah, I didn't feel any need to change these. I got these back in 2022, and they've been, I mean, technically the Noble Cons were better in the mid-range, but overall I'm very, very happy and satisfied with the TA Audio Monarch Mark IIs. I think these are, yeah, for $1,000, really good, really good. No need to upgrade that. So that's it, guys. That is my overview of my tech bag as of 2024. So let me know what you guys think, and in the comment section below. And yeah, stay tuned for the next update coming out next year in this series, as every year I'll try to do an update. So hope you guys enjoy that. And yeah, as always, thanks for watching.